Why is my anxiety so bad right now? And will I ever get over it and feel my old self again, feel calmer, enjoying my life more? This is something, honestly, if I showed you all the messages I get every week around this, you may struggle to believe that this is something so present for so many people, or you may not. You may think that doesn't surprise me at all, especially as we've been through a pandemic. But what can happen with anxiety is that we seek in the moment, understandably, because we're suffering so much, for an intellectual understanding of, well, you know what, it makes no sense. My life is good right now, and I have this and I have that. And then we can end up feeling even more anxious and even worse. So here's two things that's really important to know about anxiety. You probably have always had an ongoing level of it. So of course there's always moments in our lives where we feel a bit anxious about, you know, an upcoming test or a life event or just anything really. And then we feel it, we come out of it and we go on our own sweet way. The kind of anxiety I'm exploring with you is the anxiety that it does really feel like it comes out of nowhere, and then it just, despite all your best efforts, your breathing, your logic, your gratitude, it doesn't go. So this is the kind of anxiety that, like I said, it's always lived in you at some level, which is super common. It's just most of us don't realize it. And then the too muchness of daily life as you are living it right now has just meant that it's really kicked off big time in a way that's, you know, right in your face right now. So you're maybe experiencing a lot of sleeplessness, a lot of agitation, a lot of racing thoughts, racing heart, breathlessness. You might be struggling to eat, or you might notice that you're massively relying on things like screens, alcohol, food, exercise. They're all ways of trying to deaden the big anxiety overload coming up from your body and your brain. The good news is, so number one is that this is, like I said, probably been going on, as it does, I promise, in pretty much everyone since the moment of our conception. It's been sitting in you. So, you know, it's not a deficit in you. It's just right now there's been a straw that broke the camel's back. And the other thing that's really important to know, and is super good news, is this is not a forever state. And you do not have to go through your life living with anxiety. I see so many posts on social media, and actually many of my clients who come to me, they say, oh, but I've been told that I will always have anxiety, that I can find ways to manage it and learn to live with it, but this is never going to go away, so I just need to focus on that. Absolutely not true. If you look at science, if you look at things like polyvagal theory, you know that totally that's not true. So the good news is that this is my sweet spot. This is what I work with, particularly anxiety. And many of my clients, if I line them all up for you, they would tell you that pretty quickly they get relief and they start to feel much calmer, much healthier. And it's ongoing, and that horrible anxiety that you may be experiencing, it will not come back. It does take a bit of work, of course it does. This is the whole of your life that this has been sitting in you. But having done it myself, I can tell you, I experience life in true beauty, technicolor, look at all that, pretty much all the flipping time. And when I don't, I can bring myself back and get back to this really quickly. So if that sounds interesting, please drop me a message. I'm always happy to just have a no cost, a free chat initially to see if what I can do with you, for you, is exactly what you've always been looking for.